All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the last segment for episode 22, and for in the wake of World Cup number 2, we have a double team interview for you, David.
Yes, the champion and runner-up of World Cup 2 arrival, Alex Cohen, the new Major League Pokemon Network champion and also Zircon region champion, and the runner-up, Eric Burkhalter, who, kind of a little bit of a surprise that he even made it here in the first place, I'll be honest with you. Considering that he was actually eliminated in the round of 16, but because Patrick had to leave, he got the spot and managed to carry that all the way to the finals. So welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Hello.
How are you?
Doing all right. So, yeah, that was a heck of a battle there. You actually went to 3 full rounds, and it ended in all the glory that finals could have possibly ended up in. Alex, I know you've been Zircon region champion now for a good month and a half, and now you've been elevated to also the network champion. How does that feel?
Pretty fucking good. That's what I was aiming for.
Yeah, quite. But it's pretty obvious now it's not going to be a matter of, you can't just sit around for 6 months anymore as champion before another challenger comes. You'll be defending that title now every single month from here on out until you lose it.
I'm looking forward to it. I like the challenge.
Yeah, and I don't know who is going to be set to challenge you or whatnot. I know that you will be featured in a Major League Pokemon Saturday night contest sometime down the road. Against who, I'm not quite sure yet. Have you thought about anyone in mind about who your first opponent would be on the YouTube show?
I'm not sure. I have to see what happens near the time, but I would love to play... I wouldn't mind playing Carbo again.
Carbo?
Yeah. I wouldn't mind.
That would actually be a pretty fun match to watch. Another Alex Cohen versus Alex Carbo match. How about you, Eric?
I'd be willing.
I mean, who would you want to face in a Major League Pokemon Saturday Night match?
Probably Charles. Charles would be a nice match.
Yeah, that should be. That should be quite interesting. But yeah, how about you guys go through to the closing moments of your third match and try to explain how that went through.
Oh, think back. We had, I believe it was a 1 or 2-0, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a 2-0 victory to you, I believe, and you took it.
I think it was because I set up with my Talonflame. Because I've been using a new team recently, and it's been working out really well. And bulk up Talonflame, it just does things. It just works. Taunt and bulk up, it rakes. It just eats souls,
Yeah, Talonflame is quite the pain there. And I know this is Alex's second time on the show, but this is Eric's first, so you might want to put him through the ringer, Jeremy.
Yeah, this is Eric's first time on the show, so of course, the question that we've been asking everyone from Major League Pokemon: how did you get started, both with the Pokemon games in general and with specifically playing competitively?
Okay, well, I'll start with the Pokemon games in general. I was about 6 or so, and my grandma it was at Christmas. It was either my Christmas or my birthday, and she bought me a Game Boy Color, and she bought Red version with it, which I had already liked Pokemon because the anime was out. I enjoyed the anime. I enjoyed the first movie, blah, 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 you know what I mean? And when she got me Red version, I was kind of excited because it just came out, and it was big. So, I've been following Pokemon since I was 6 years old, and I just haven't stopped playing. And then when X and Y came out, I got into the competitive aspect of it, and I learned what IVs were, I learned what EVs were, I mastered what EVs were, I mastered what IVs were, mastered breeding. Now I have different ways of obtaining Pokemon, you know what I mean? Like power saves, that helps. Kind of a quick way to help you out, but it's just something I enjoy, it's something I've always enjoyed, and something I always will enjoy.
And how was it that you found your way into Major League Pokemon?
Oh wow, let me think. It's, actually Alex Carbo. Alex Carbo wanted me to try out for a fighting gym position there, and I did, and I ended up making the fighting gym position. And then a little later on down the line, I ended up challenging Justin and Matt, I believe, for the Elite Four spot, and I got the Elite Four spot, and then that was in the middle of the World Cup, though, and then now we're at this point here.
All right, this one's going to actually be to both of you this time. Aside from, of course, the finals match, tell us each about your favorite match from the second World Cup. We'll start with you, Alex.
I had two very, very good games against Victoria. Like, I feel like, because I was using new teams for both of the games, and I think I 5-0'd on both games. I think it was 5-0. I know I 5-0'd on one of them, but definitely. And it just felt good to know that a new team I made did work and just helped me out. That was mine personally.
Having faced that team personally, yeah, that was a really brutal team to face.
This is why I don't enter tournaments. Well, I will be entering tournaments starting September.
You mean aside from the fact that you don't want to be a Vince McMahon to this?
Pretty much, yeah. I don't want to be the guy running the tournament and playing in the tournaments, but I got to show some kind of participation now.
Yeah. Eric, aside from the championship match, your favorite match from World Cup 2?
Actually, it'd probably have to be the first round against Patrick.
Yeah, I would say so.
It'd have to be the first round against Patrick because, I mean, sure, okay, the first match ended in a 2-0 victory to Patrick. I had rocks up. If he would have sent out his Medicham, it would have died anyway, so it would have been a 1-0, but, he had the 2-0. So he sent out whatever, and he got the win. That was cool. And the second match was a doubles against his Trick Room team, and I actually brought a VGC team that was Smogan legal, and I ended up taking the win in that game. And the third match was actually pretty close too, I believe. And he ended up getting that win, but due to personal real-life stuff, he ended up giving me the spot and moving on to Dylan Kisaragi, so...
And you managed to take that all the way to the finals, which was a great effort, by the way.
Thank you. Me and Alex had some good matches too, though. I mean...
Yeah. And going to Alex, actually, you probably... I was wondering, are you interested in a 2-on-2 Pokemon battle, like 4-player Pokemon battling?
Yeah, I was talking to Charles about it yesterday, and we're both interested.
Yeah, and actually I was going to announce, and I haven't fully announced yet on the group thread, whatnot, that on September 19th, as a few of you probably know, and for those of you that don't, it'll be the 1-year anniversary of Major League Pokemon on September 19th. And we're going to have a Major League Pokemon Saturday Night Show on September 19th, a special. And on the main event, it's going to be Alex Cohen and Charles Ortiz thoroughly dubbed the Mag Marauders, going up against myself and Isabel Brundle, dubbed the Lionhearts. And it will be the first ever 4-player Pokemon match. I'm hoping that I'll be able to get the capture board to be able to record that match. Because I'm definitely not going to throw it on a digital camera.
Yeah, we are trying to bring some level of professionalism to this outfit.
Yeah.
For certain values of professional. All right. This one's specifically for Eric, because I know Alex has answered this question before. Given all the competitions that you've done, who's been your favorite opponent to face in Major League Pokemon?
In all the in Major League Pokemon?
Yeah.
Yes, and all of the competitions that you've participated in.
And that includes the Garden, Priority, all the affiliates as well.
Priority, well, I'm an admin in Priority. I don't know if you all know that,
Yeah,
but I am.
I do.
Okay, well, it'd probably have to be against, Jay Crowder. I was going in as a fighting gym leader in Priority, and, actually it was an Elite Four tryout. Wow, my bad. I apologize for that. It was an Elite Four tryout. I was going in against him, and he wanted a mono match. So I brought mono fighting, and he brought mono flying, and I ended up 5-0 in him. It was great.
How'd you pull that one off?
Time coverage.
Yeah.
Wow.
Everything looks punchable when your fist is covered with thunder.
Yeah. What I have on my fighting team, though, T-Flame is a huge threat to mono fighting. I carry a Kaboyan with Stealth Rocks on it, so that's my lead off. And if they get rid of those, I do have Infernape with Endeavor and Thunder Punch. So they'll Brave Bird me down to a Focus Sash. I'll Endeavor, get him down to 1. If they don't roost up next turn, that's nice. But actually, I've been seeing Talonflames not have roost on it actually in some of my matches, which is kind of awkward. But I've seen Willow Taunt, Bulk Up, and Brave Bird, which is a horrible set, but I've seen people using it because they don't run Rotom on their team. Willow.
All right, last question from me. Again, this is one that I know Alex has answered in the past before since we've had him on the show, but it is the prerequisite question to ask all people involved in Pokemon in some way, shape, or form. Favorite Pokemon, both legendary and non-legend. And also favorite Pokemon type.
Favorite Pokemon, both legend and non-legend in type. Well, my favorite Pokemon type is fighting.
Figured that
Just
much.
because of the brute physical power. Yeah. And my favorite non-legend is probably Dragonite. And the reason for that being is, growing up in the original anime, there was that Dragonite, and it was the messenger. I don't know if you guys remember that or not, but
yeah, the Mystery at the Lighthouse episode, yeah.
Yep, that's it. And I'd always liked that episode, and I don't know. I like Dragonite. If it's used competitively, it's a decent Pokemon. It can be a decent Pokemon. Legend-wise, I'd have to say Arceus, because for one, it's all around, like David had mentioned earlier. And two, the moveset I run on Arceus makes it flipping virtually unstoppable, so.
Alright, David, you got any other questions?
Yeah, for both of you, one question that you want to ask either of us.
Yeah, we decided to start doing this last.
Yes, I'll start with Alex. Yeah, I'll start with Alex.
Ooh.
Our champion, ladies and gentlemen.
Let me fire back at you. What's both of your to both of you, what's your favourite Pokemon and why?
Did you have to ask me this question?
For me, the answer is really, really easy. I have an insane amount of adoration for this one very specific, cute, but immensely versatile Pokemon, Eevee. To the point where one of my teams that I used in the World Cup was a team full of Eeveelutions named after Sailor Moon characters. Yeah, I have a Sylveon named Usagi, a Flareon named Ray, a Jolteon named Makoto, a Vaporeon named Ami, an Espeon named Minako, and an Umbreon named Mamoru.
And I have beaten it more times than I can count.
I believe I played that team, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why Eevees? Because I like them.
Well, it's no surprise my favorite Pokemon is Gardevoir, but nobody really understands why. Because when people hear the word, well, my favorite Pokemon is Gardevoir, immediately,
they think hentai type things, yeah.
Right. But it's not. Actually, what happened was this. I first used a Routes on Pokemon Sapphire. And I decided I would just train the Routes and, just keep it following along. And when it learned Confusion, it was able to handle attacks on its own. It did a pretty good job as it was. And when it evolved into Curly, it did all right. Everything was going great. At level 30, I think it was around right before I was going to face Flannery, it evolved into Gardevoir. And it had a Psychic attack that was on it alongside when I found out I was able to... was it the Game Corner? I'm not sure if I was able to go to the Game Corner or not. I'm pretty sure I was. But I forgot where it was that I actually got it to learn Thunderbolt. And when I found out that it could learn Thunderbolt, and I did not need an electric Pokemon, that it could put up just as much power with a Thunderbolt as pretty much anything else. And then combine that with a Psychic, and later on I threw a Fire Punch with it, and an Ice Punch with it, and then I think I replaced the Fire Punch with Shadow Ball later on. Yeah, I just loved the versatility that Gardevoir brought to the table, and that's what pretty much made it my favorite Pokemon from then on out.
Yeah, I kind of developed a little bit of an affinity for Gardevoir myself when I used one in Pokemon X and Y, and my first run through the Elite Four, before I ever got the Gardevoir right for it, this Gardevoir, who I affectionately named Jasmine after the Yellow Ranger from the series Tokusou Sentai Deca Ranger, because said character is a psychic. Just running it through super training and then taking it into the Elite Four. With that girl in the front of my party, none of my other Pokemon needed soil their hands.
Yeah, so I'm a big fan of Pokemon that hit hard and secondarily fast. So Gardevoir just fit perfectly. That's why I like Chandelier so much as well, is because it's just like that, except not quite as much type coverage as Gardevoir offers. Hey everyone, this is David. Like what you hear? Check us out on the internet at casualmodepodcast.com, on Facebook at facebook.com/casualmodepodcast, any one of our social media links, and of course, click on the little subscribe button below. Thanks!